The Battle of Ingalls, a vivid chapter in the tumultuous history of the American West, unfolded on September 1, 1893, in the dusty town of Ingalls, Oklahoma Territory. The notorious Doolin-Dalton gang, led by seasoned outlaw Bill Doolin, found sanctuary in this outpost on the edge of civilization. Among its infamous members were Bitter Creek Newcomb, Dynamite Dick Clifton, Tulsa Jack Blake, and Bill Dalton, brother of the late Dalton gang leader, Bob Dalton. Months of eluding U.S. Marshals, led by Deputy Marshal Heck Thomas, they had marked the gang's criminal exploits across Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arkansas. A $5,000 bounty hung over their heads as Thomas determined to bring justice, tracked them to Ingalls. The meticulously planned dawn raid turned chaotic when a premature shot rang out, alerting the gang to the Marshals' presence. The ensuing gunfight was fierce and chaotic, with outlaws using superior firepower and advantageous positions to repel the Marshals. The gang exhibited exceptional skill and courage despite casualties, leading a daring charge through the Marshals' lines. The toll was severe: 3 Marshals killed, 3 wounded, and 2 outlaws, Newcomb and Clifton, lay dead. The town bore the scars of the conflict, with bullet holes marring every wall and window. The Battle of Ingalls marked a stunning setback for the lawmen, showcasing the outlaw gang's prowess. It also signaled the beginning of the end for the Doolin-Dalton gang, as Heck Thomas and his fellow guardsmen embarked on a relentless pursuit, determined to bring justice to the lawless landscape of the Wild West. This story begins on the dusty canvas of the Wild West, where the Battle of Ingalls unfolded like a relentless saga of outlaws and lawmen. Now, let's dive into the heart of the storm, where the OK Saloon echoed with the thunder of gunfire, and the destiny of Ingalls hung in the balance. The sun still hung high in the vast, cloudless sky over Ingalls, a frontier town that stood as a testament to the grit and resilience of those carving a life out of the unforgiving landscape. The year was still 1893, a time when the West remained wild, and the promise of untamed adventure lingered in the air like the scent of sagebrush. In the heart of Ingalls, the OK Saloon stood as a den of iniquity, its walls echoing with the raucous laughter of gamblers, outlaws, and those seeking solace at the bottom of a whiskey glass. It was within these dimly lit confines that the notorious Doolin-Dalton gang found refuge, reveling in their notoriety and playing deadly games. At the forefront of the impending clash was Marshal Ede Nix, a weathered lawman with eyes gleaming like chips of flint under the relentless sun. Nix had assembled a posse, faces scarred by countless skirmishes with lawless elements defying the thin veil of order on the frontier. As the posse approached the OK Saloon, the air crackled with palpable tension, an electric current stilling even the restless tumbleweeds. The town held its breath, aware that the impending clash would ignite the tinderbox of violence building beneath the surface. Inside the saloon, the air thickened with the acrid stench of stale whiskey and the unmistakable scent of gunpowder. Bill Doolin, the charismatic outlaw, spun his Colt like a gambler's wheel. His eyes gleamed with devilish joy, a foreboding glimpse into the chaos about to unfold. Beside Doolin, Bill Dalton, a man of few words exuding menace, dealt cards over a poker table, each whispering of dark secrets. The posse's arrival shattered the fragile peace like glass meeting a hammer. A single shot, sharp as a rattlesnake's strike, rang out from the shadows. Bitter Creek, Newcomb, eyes like chips of ice, aimed at Deputy Marshal John Hickson, the bullet finding its mark. Chaos erupted, the saloon roaring with gunfire, a chorus of lead sung by desperate men. Glass cascaded like frozen tears, horses panicked, and smoke billowed, obscuring the scene in a ghostly curtain. Marshal Nix emerged, a granite monolith barking orders amidst the maelstrom. The posse scattered for cover. Deputy Tom Houston's laughter was silenced by a stray bullet. Outlaws charged, met by the posse's deadly hail of lead. The Battle of Ingalls unfolded, a symphony of chaos and destruction on the untamed West stage. Bill Doolin, a whirlwind of fury and lead, cut through the posse. Deputy Marshal Bill Tillman Stetson deflected a bullet, a near miss sending a shiver. Tillman, the sharpshooter, raised his rifle. The crack echoed. Doolin roared in pain, a bullet tearing through his arm. The outlaw leader's storm momentarily stalled. He vanished into Ingalls' labyrinthine alleys, leaving Dalton to face the music. Now outnumbered and cornered, Dalton fought like a trapped wolf. Bullets spat defiance. Deputy Marshal Jim Masterson returned fire with unwavering accuracy. In a blink, 2 bullets were through Dalton's chest, and the outlaw leader crashed into the dusty ground. The remaining outlaws fell, bodies littering the street like grim reminders of outlaw life's price. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, bloody shadows over Ingalls, the town stood eerily quiet. The air was heavy with the metallic tang of spilled blood and the acrid shroud of gunpowder. Broken glass crunched underfoot, and the smell of burning wood drifted from the remnants of the OK Saloon. Survivors, weary and shaken, surveyed the carnage, faces etched with the grim toll of victory. Marshal Nix, his Stetson casting a long shadow, walked among the fallen, a grim reaper surveying his harvest. Kneeling beside Doolin, a flicker of pity crossed Nix's face, a fleeting recognition of humanity beneath the outlaw's exterior. The Battle of Ingalls had been won, but at a heavy cost. The town bore scars, and echoes of gunfire lingered in survivors' hearts, a grim lullaby sung by ghosts who died with their boots on. Yet amidst devastation, flickers of hope remained. Young Johnny Baker, witnessing death under the scorching sun, stood gazing at fallen outlaws. Tremors ran through his hands, yet his eyes held steely resolve. He had seen lawlessness' ugliness and lawmen's unwavering courage. At that moment, Johnny knew he was forever changed, ready to face challenges and carry justice's torch where the line between right and wrong blurred in dust and gunpowder. Dr. George C. Brown, a man of gentle hands and boundless compassion, toiled over the wounded in the makeshift hospital. The air hummed with groans of pain and murmurs of his ministrations. Among the fallen, Deputy Marshal Tom Houston's wife, Sarah, sat vigil by his empty cot, eyes dry but filled with unimaginable grief. Dr. Brown, reflecting shared sorrow, held a glimmer of resilience, a testament to Ingalls' unwavering spirit. Days turned into weeks. The town began to heal. Shattered windows were replaced, blood-stained earth turned over, and the saloon's remnants cleared away, leaving a vacant lot where lawless dreams once took root. Sheriff Jim Cole, hardened by frontier years, maintained order, his gaze scanning the horizon. Ingalls was forever changed, the battle etched on its soul, a constant reminder of peace's fragility and justice's price. Years later, when the frontier tamed and railroads traversed the land, leaving dust and tumbleweeds behind, the Battle of Ingalls remained a whispered legend. Old-timers spoke of it in hushed tones, voices tinged with awe and regret. A tale of bravery and bloodshed, of light and darkness clashing, a testament to a town's resilience against the tide of lawlessness. The sun still beat down on Ingalls, its rays warming a town reborn. Gunfire echoes faded, replaced by hammers clanging and children's laughter. Yet, beneath the surface, the battle's memory lingered, a reminder of sacrifices made and lessons learned. In every frontier town's heart, where the Wild West's spirit whispered on the wind, the Battle of Ingalls served as a stark reminder. True courage lay not in facing down a six-shooter, but in building a future where guns could be forever silenced. The echoes of gunfire had transformed into the clanging of progress, and the spirit of Ingalls lived on, a beacon of resilience in the vast expanse of the American West.